I've had a bunch of people reach out and ask my opinion about the current situation with the Queensland government proposing the outlawing of pinch collars. Let me make one thing really clear. These people that are looking to do this ban, they are doing it to get votes. They are not interested in consulting with key stakeholders that have subject matter expertise on the application of pinch collars. It's not the way these governments work. It's not the way that our government down here works in Victoria. Let's get away from the dog training politics. Let me present you with a problem. My client and friend Nicole has a Black Russian Terrier named 𝐓𝐡𝐞. 𝐓𝐶𝐶's a service dog. Without that dog and without his performance for her, her quality of life is massively negatively impacted. How Nicole can create advantageous inhibitions in her dog, a 68-kilo dog with limited upper body strength and a bad back and some balance issues. How can she apply a meaningful aversive to either negatively reinforce a behaviour she needs the dog to perform in a training context or in the real world? And how can she apply an aversive as a consequence for her dog performing an unacceptable behaviour? Physically, do we want her to use a check chain? It's not going to happen. She doesn't have the capacity to use one. A nylon slip collar? No. But for this big, strong dog who has a massively well-established tolerance for any kind of input around the dog's neck as part of its development to do its job, the single most sensible, accessible tool that someone like Nicole could access is a pinch collar. And they're illegal here in Victoria. And they're looking to make them legal up in Queensland. You can go on and on about the dog should be better trained, this, that, and the other. The fact of the matter is, there is no truly respected, open-minded person in the entire dog training and behaviour space that denies that a service dog should have inhibitions in relation to certain behaviours and must have non-negotiable behaviours that it should perform. It's an issue of safety for the dog, the handler, and for the public at large. So when you want to ban a tool like that, we're talking about a tool that can be used with some incredible nuance and in a multitude of ways that include delivery of positive punishment to a dog or facilitate the addition of an aversive which we can then remove in order to reinforce the dog. These tools make sense. The pinch collar is very unique in the dog training world. It does things and it has qualities as a tool that no other tool does. So for anyone that wants to get sort of twisted around the axle on all this moralistic bullshit, think about Nicole. What does Nicole need? What does her dog need? You do away with pinch collars, what would Nicole have open to her? Got to think this through, guys. I'm a pretty, broadly speaking, as a dog trainer, I'm a pretty pragmatic kind of a guy. When someone presents me with a single shred of evidence that proves that by using a pinch collar, I will cause harm to the dog, I'll hang my pinch collars up for good. But you can't. It all comes down to may. And while these people are talking about banning tools, what about upping the standard of trainers? What about encouraging people in the community to have better trained dogs? Anyway, that's all I have to say on this. It's inane. What would you have Nicole do?